Today, we're going to start something different. If you're an engineer, an architect, a builder, a problem solver, or it's just somebody who knows that you are capable of more than just checking in code or maintaining infrastructure, this video series is going to be for you. If you've ever felt like you could move faster in your career, but you weren't sure whether to go deeper into the technical weeds or shift towards more business impact, this is also for you. And if you've wondered why some people with less technical ability rise faster, get promoted sooner, earn more, and end up with outsized influence, while the really brilliant engineers are stuck waiting for recognition, this is definitely for you. Because this series is going to be about one thing: becoming revenue ready. This channel is built for people in technical roles: software engineers, SREs, DevOps, architects, CTOs, solution engineers, cloud specialists. We have a lot of different names, but we all want the same thing. We want a career with more leverage. You're probably the kind of person who likes to solve hard problems. That's why we got into technology in the first place. You value competence. You take pride in understanding how things actually work. But maybe somewhere along the way you realized something. Pure technical excellence isn't the only engine that drives career success. And you can definitely name people in your organization who are less technical, but they influence decisions, shape budgets, guide strategy, and ultimately earn more money. Some of them lead teams, but some of them don't. All of them, however, share a common pattern. They connect technology, business value, and revenue impact. That is what I call revenue ready. This channel is not for people who only want to work deep in the stack with no interest in business outcomes. It's also not for people who want to avoid communication or avoid ownership. It's also not for people who believe the work should speak for itself. It rarely does. People speak, people interpret, and people decide. If you're ready to take control of that, if you want to become the person who can directly influence direction, create clarity, build confidence, and drive measurable value, then you're exactly where you belong. Revenue ready does not mean become a salesperson, and it does not mean stop being technical. Revenue readiness is a mindset and a skill set. You understand the business model, how the company makes money, what its customers are actually paying for, what costs matter, where margins are gained or lost. You frame your work in terms of outcomes, not tasks. Not I built an automation pipeline, but I reduced deployment time by 40%, which enabled a faster launch cycle that lowered customer churn. You reduce friction, not just solve technical puzzles. Some engineers optimize systems. Revenue-ready engineers optimize impact. You can explain complexity simply. You translate technical systems into risk, value, time to delivery, and business trade-offs. You increase trust. Stakeholders trust people who can create clarity. Customers trust people who can make their problems smaller. Executives trust people who remove uncertainty. Revenue-ready engineers are still technical. They just also speak the language of value. Okay, let's address this tension correctly, because every serious engineer eventually hits a crossroads. Do you go deeper into technical topics, or do you broaden towards business? You want to know the truth? You can be extremely technical and extremely business aware, but most people default one way or the other. The deep technical path looks like this. You invest in algorithms, system design, architecture, performance, scaling, automation, and emerging technology. You solve the hardest problems. You are the expert other engineers rely on. This path gives you mastery. It gives you respect, but it doesn't automatically give you influence. You could be the smartest person in the room, but if you can't connect your work to business value, you might not be the one making decisions about what to build or why to build it. There's also the business lean technical path, revenue ready. Here, you're still technical. You're just selective. You go deep where it matters, but you spend equal time understanding stakeholders, customers, budgets, timelines, and real-world constraints. You don't just answer how. You answer why and what next. This path accelerates careers. It expands opportunity. It puts you in rooms where direction is set and resources are allocated. But admittedly, there is a trade-off. You must get comfortable making decisions with some incomplete information. You must learn to simplify instead of over-engineering. You must prioritize outcomes over elegance. There is a sweet spot here. The highest level leverage engineers do this. About 50 to 70% technical depth, 30 to 50% business alignment, but 100% effort on clarity, confidence, and communication. Trust me, these people are not salespeople, and they're not MBA types. They're translators between worlds. The deeper you can go technically and the clearer you can be explaining value, the more revenue ready you become. So let's break down the core skills of what we will teach and what you will learn in this series. This is the roadmap. Business fundamentals for technical people. How companies actually make money. How software reduces cost or increases revenue. How to understand margin, ROI, payback period, and risk. This is the foundation. Once you understand it, you stop sounding like an engineer just explaining code and start sounding like a partner explaining strategy. Outcome framing and value communication. You will learn to write, speak, and structure ideas so that executives can instantly grasp the value of your work. Technical prioritization through a business lens. You will learn when to go deep, when to simplify, and how to choose solutions based on impact, not novelty. Soft power and influence without authority. Revenue-ready engineers move teams forward, even if they don't manage anyone. Influence is a skill, one that you can learn. Customer, stakeholder, and listening. Becoming the person who truly understands the real problem often makes you the most valuable person in the room. Executive presence for technical people. Clear language. Structured thinking. Calm under pressure. No jargon unless necessary. No rambling ever. Connecting technology to revenue metrics. You will learn to articulate how a system, architecture decision, automation workflow, or performance improvement translates to increased revenue, reduced cost, reduced churn, improved safety, faster delivery, and lower risk. This is the essence of being revenue ready. If you want to build a technical career where your work commands attention, your decisions shape direction, and your skills translate directly into income, influence, and opportunity, then you will want to stick with this series. Because the engineers who become revenue ready are not just problem solvers. They are value creators. And a value creator can write their own ticket. Welcome to the channel. Let's begin.